So this is going to be a different type of effect for today. This is actually going to be called an open prediction. So I'm going to tell you what card you're going to stop on before you actually do. That's what an open prediction is. So in this case, you're going to stop on the King of Hearts. So as I deal the cards, just go ahead and call out stop, and try not to take too long either. So let's say they call out stop here. So we will leave this card face down, and then I will show you that we have no other King of Hearts in the pack. I can show you here that the King of Hearts isn't here. That was the King of Clubs. Jack of Clubs, Jack of Diamonds. I'll go ahead and show you here. We have no King of Hearts. And we have no King of Hearts here either. But we do have the King of Diamonds, which is pretty good. So let's go ahead and spread to where you called out stop. One card and one card only, the King of Hearts. So that is the effect for today. If you would like to learn how to do this, make sure to stick around for the tutorial. Before I teach you the effect, the cards I'm using are the Black Star Wars cards. I think I have a deck review on these. If I do, that will be linked in the description. So for this effect, you are going to end a little dirty. I'm going to tell you that right away. So you're not going to end clean, but otherwise than that, this is a pretty easy trick to do. So the only setup is you're going to take one card you're going to force on your spectator. Not really force, but they're going to stop on. So let's say the King of Hearts. Place him on top of the deck and just start with a break above the king, really. So if you don't know how to swing cut, I will leave a link in the description, okay? But this is your only setup. And what may help is if you cut just a tad bit smaller from the top half. Okay, so if you cut about in half, try to cut maybe a little less. Okay, so instead of 26, try to cut maybe 23, 22, just so it seems like they have more cards. So you explain that you're going to do an open prediction type effect, where you tell them the card they're going to stop on before they even stop on the card. And in this case, they're going to stop on the King of Hearts. So whatever card you have, you're going to use that card. So you're going to start dealing the cards, and you want to do it quite slow because you want them to say stop before you get your break, and it's going to help you with some other moves as well. So let's say they call out stop here. Okay, so you say, okay, I want you to say stop, relatively quick just to make it hard. Come up with some excuse. Usually, most of them will fly because they don't know what to expect. So when they call out stop, place the next card face down. Don't show it. And then you're going to deal a couple more cards. This is the move you're going to do. You're going to want to keep track of how many cards you deal on top of that face down card, okay? In this case, I go with 4. You could even go with 5. That may actually be better. So once you deal a couple of cards on top of that face down card, and you remember that number, you're going to say, okay, let's see if the King of Hearts is anywhere near the top. You're just going to spread right to that break, okay, because the king is right here. You're going to turn these on top of the deck, and then you're going to spread down. Once you get to the end of the face up cards, you're going to push that first face down card over, okay? Because this is the King of Hearts. You can clip it with your fingers, okay? So I spread it over, I clip it like that. I put my pinky in and I square up. And pretty much all of your hand motions from this point forward, you're going to want them to match the rest of the effect. So you're going to pick up everything from that break, square it up, and drop it down. And this is going to seal that King of Hearts. And now you're going to cut off roughly the same amount, turn those face up, spread through how you did the first time, don't switch it up any, and even though you're not loading anything, make it look like you are, okay? Because if you don't, it'll stand out. So I square it up, I lift up from this break, once it's squared up, and I drop it. And then I go one more time. I can show these, and obviously you can't really, square anything up to load anything under. So just square it up the best you can. Try to make it look the same, and then drop it. Just pick up the deck, spread through, and you're gonna go to that first face down card. Now, in the performance, I didn't do this, but this is what you could do in real life. So you're going to upjog that card, and then depending on that number you remembered earlier, in this case 5, you're going to subtract 1, in this case 4. So you're going to push off 1, 2, 3, 4 cards, okay? If you go one more, that'll be the 5th card, but if you spread off one more than that, you'll flash the first face down card. That's why I go with 4. And then you could do a block push and show the rest of the cards. You're going to strip this out. One card is face down, and that is the King of Hearts. And you don't actually end clean because there is a card face up. But something you could do is while they are reacting to the King of Hearts, you could just riffle through the deck. Once you spot that card, okay, just control it to the bottom with either a double undercut or a pass or something. I'll leave a link for the double undercut. So instead of catching a break above it, just go below it, okay? You'll see that face down card right there. I double undercut it, and then you can do a half pass, so catch a break above it, and then you can turn it over. And now you do end clean. And that is the effect. I will go over that one more time, and then that is the video. So whatever card you want to start off with, you can leave that on top. And you could even do this impromptu. Just have the deck shuffled, okay? And then you could show all the cards are different, and any way you want, you could control a card. So let's say the King of Diamonds, I might go ahead and do the call, okay? So just like this. And now the King of Diamonds is on top. If you don't know how to do the call, I will link it in the description. So let's say we start off with the King of Hearts, and we have a break, okay? And like I said, I like to cut a little less than half, just so you have more of a chance for them to say stop, and then you can deal a couple more cards on top. You explain you're going to deal slowly, and you want them to say stop relatively quick. Let's say they call out stop. Let's say here, put this card face down, don't even show it, but then deal a few more cards and remember that number. Let's say in this case we deal 5, okay? Then you say, you know what? Let me show you the rest of the cards. Go down to that break, turn these face up. You can now spread through. How you're going to spread through for the rest of the effect, though. So if you're going to do a big group here, make sure you don't spread one by one after. That may seem weird. Okay, so I'm going to go one by one. I see the card. I'm going to push it over. I'm going to clip it under my fingers, put my pinky in and square up. I'm going to lift up everything, square it up, and drop it. And now I'm just going to do the same thing. So cut off about half, put those on top. I will spread through these. They do not see their card, but have the same sort of action where you push off the card, you square up everything, you lift up and you drop, and then you can show the rest like this. You square it up and you drop it. Now you say, okay, let's go ahead and see what that one card is you said stop at. What are the odds that the card you said stop at is the King of Hearts? So I go one by one, and once I get to the card, I'm gonna spread over, in this case, 4 to 5 cards, okay? I like to do 4. I could flash the 5th card, but if you spread off one more, you'll get a face down card. So in order to avoid that, I do a block push, and then I spread the rest. I take out this card, and that is the King of Hearts. So that is the effect for today. If I hope you enjoyed that. If you are new here, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you next time with a new video. Bye.